Hey guys, if you're a trade service or a professional service business and you ever want your business to run without you or you want to sell it, please watch this video. My name's Aidan Parsons. I own a deferred fee business coaching model. What that means is we will scale your business with you and we won't get paid in full until you hit the financial targets that we set at the beginning. I've been doing this for 14 years. I own a portfolio of businesses and we're really good at it. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to scale your business. So essentially there's admin, delivery, sales, marketing, management, how you solve those 5 problems and like solve them well so it doesn't cost you heaps of money and you don't have to keep trying to solve them again and again is essentially how you exit the business, right? The end result of following this process is being able to have your business run without you, generate profit in your absence, and basically package it up for sale. Takes about 2 to 3 years to do it really well. Some businesses do it quicker, some businesses take longer. It's entirely up to you, but I'm going to show you how it works. We also have a whole load of tools that we use, which I'm going to show you on this. If you want access to the tools, follow us on Instagram or just send an email to admin@Keystone Executive Coaching or just comment below on this video. I don't really mind. We'll just send them to you. The admin are all over it. But yeah, what I'm going to show you is like how to do this really practically, really simply, and just in plain English. So forgive me if I'm like oversimplifying or whatever. I'm just going to tell you how it works. Professional services businesses and trade services businesses at their core are my favorite businesses to scale. I don't mind e-com and I don't mind software and things like that, but they're different businesses. In services, what you're doing is you start by providing a service where you sell your time to deliver an outcome to someone else. As you scale your service business, what you end up doing is you buy someone else's time and then on their behalf, sell it to a customer and you keep the difference, right? How well you do that, how efficiently you do that, and how confidently you can make expansions to that will determine how well your business grows. But yeah, it's I like it because ultimately, if you're good at what you do and people like what you do, scaling it is actually just a matter of getting the numbers right, getting the hire right, and doing it consistently in a way that's comfortable for you. It's actually remarkably simple. And that's why we're so confident in deferring our fee. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. So in any business, but specifically service business, there are 2 engines we have to satisfy at all time. There is the demand engine. So what do I mean by demand engine? It is your ability to manufacture or funnel demand into your business. Okay. So this can be anything. It can be networking, it can be social media, it can be LinkedIn, Google ads. It doesn't really matter, but it's how well you generate demand. We can talk about that a lot, but essentially you need to be able to generate demand consistently and reliably to an extent that you can fund the expansion of delivery. Most people get stuck here in the beginning and they end up spending a heap of money on crap marketing agencies and stuff like that. But that's a whole other story. We solve that for you. So, we need to understand who your customer is, what they want to hear from you, how often they need to hear it. And then we just formalize that process in a medium that works. Letter drops, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. My favorite way to solve demand, FYI, is capturing your audience for less money. So what I mean by that is like giving them something that they want for free and putting them into an ecosystem or database or process that you can actually build a relationship with them for a really long time so that when they're ready to take action, you're the first. That's my favorite thing to do. It's just so easy. Like if you're a financial planner, bookkeeper, accountant, any professional service, and even trade service, just get those people something that they want that solves a problem for them today, like a retirement calculator, a new aircon install calculator, like anything that's just easy for them to use that they give you their name, phone number, and email for. And then you just keep showing up for them, keep adding value, keep retargeting and give them a phone call. You'll build a database of 3, 4, 5, 10,000 people that will keep you funded in perpetuity. And then times when marketing slows down, you have this database that knows, like, and trusts you. You can just engage with them on phone, email, events, whatever, doesn't matter. So demand, need to solve it. If you want help solving it, give us a call or opt into our stuff. More than happy to help. Delivery is probably where we're going to focus on more today. Okay. So we have essentially 5, maybe 6 tools that are super relevant. I'm going to show them to you in a moment. If you want to use them, just let me know. As I said, we'll send them to you. But what each tool does is it shows you, 1, if you should or shouldn't hire based on the functions of your business. 2, if you are able to hire or should hire, what you can expect in terms of the financial costs and time to profitability as a result of the hire and the expansion into scale. So we break all of that down. And then it will even tell you the things that you need to do in the first 90 days of the hire. So I'm going to take you through them. They're really cool. Let me just open them up. Yeah. All right. So this is our internal tools vault, if you like. So we call it a vault. We can go over all of these, but it's probably not worth it. This is the one I want to show you, which is the scaling exit ladder. Okay. So we refer to it as a ladder because I want you to think of it this way. The first rung on the ladder is admin. Second is hiring delivery. Third is scaling marketing. Fourth is scaling sales. Fifth is scaling management, right? So, and then the sixth is strategy. We won't talk about that today, but if you ever want to, just let us know. This becomes much more about your independence audit. It starts to help us see what maybe you can move into an acquisition stage. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Think of it as a ladder, and the two engines, demand and delivery, think of them as like your grid. So left hand demand, right hand delivery. So you must secure demand, you must secure delivery on the first rung of your admin hire. So we must know what is going on with demand, what is going on with delivery. We must have a good grip on both as we progress up this ladder of scaling. Really simple metaphor. I just want you to grab it. Let's look at the admin hire, which is usually the first hire. So if you're around $500,000, even less, like if you're just like at capacity doing work, your first hire is almost certainly going to be an administration hire. So we can go through here and pick, let's say, a marketing agency or a mortgage. Let's go mortgage broker because it's probably nice and generic. Everyone knows what they do. The first thing we want to do, as I said, pick the business. Second thing is understand the indicators of time to scale. So we know that if these things are happening, then it's probably time to hire an admin person. We want to hire them just before we need to, because if you hire them too late, often you'll find yourself not onboarding them correctly. But so if we need to hire them here, most people kind of run past that off ramp and end up hiring them here. We want to be hiring them right about here, and then we just keep scaling thereafter. But anyway, so loan packaging happens at nights or weekends. You're chasing pay slips, lender follow-ups at your morning, appointments slip through cracks. You're the central source for all deal flow, and your family or health is getting affected. You're working, let's just say 45 hours. Let's be reasonable. And all of that, you're spending like 20 hours farting around on administration. The value of an hour for you sells for like 260, let's say. So, value of your hour offset loans divided by hours worked. So most people land between sort of 150 and 250. So we'll come back to like 220. And let's say your revenue is, you're closing in on that sort of like 600K mark, right? So we'll keep her at 50. Your salary is including your expenses that you've run through the business, which almost everyone does. Let's just say it's 15K, and you're left over with 12K, and then full-time admin cost is 6.5 grand. So fully loaded. So it is time to scale. So based on these variables and these things that we understand about the business, it is time to bring on a full-time admin. Now, a lot of people will go, oh my gosh, I'm concerned about bringing on a full-time admin because what happens if our lead flow dries up, and so on and so on. That can happen even if you, like the lead flow issue and the demand issue, that can happen irregardless of the size of your business. Like that just happens. You shouldn't not scale and expand your business if you're worried about lead flow drying up. If lead flow dries up, then you have to worry about that there and then. And quite often, like if you've been running the business for a number of years, you'll have ups and downs. It's more about stabilizing lead flow than it is that there's going to be this catastrophic exit of all need of your service, right? So try not to let that get in the way, and know that in the worst case possible, it means you have to downsize your staff, right? And that is business. Like that's the game. They can be let go, but you also have the risk of not making any profit. So don't let the demand function worry you too much. A big part of what we want to do is stabilize demand rather than live in fear of this like catastrophic evaporation of all work, right? So right now, based on the constants that we know about your business, admin is costing you about $19,000 a month. And a full-time admin all in is going to be actually a cost to the business of about 6.5. So you're going to have a nice arbitrage of about 13 there. Even at part-time, it's not going to be too bad. From this, we can actually scale out when the 90-day period, they're going to be ramped up to scale. We can actually work out the impact on your cash flow, all of this sort of stuff if you like. But essentially, it's a pretty green light that you go to market and hire an admin and give yourself 30 to 60 days to orientate them to the role. The first things you want to be giving away are obviously collecting docs, managing packaging applications ready for lodgement, lender follow-ups, all this sort of stuff. And then we also want to look at the next three moves. It's important for you to consider the accuracy of these numbers, but what's more important is to actually accept that you're not going to be good at hiring people in the beginning, and more importantly, probably managing them as things get tough. So don't sweat. It's not about getting it perfect. It's about starting and onboarding and managing the financial expansion correctly so that you retain profit and you don't end up having to like contract due to mismanagement. Like, if I was to give you some confidence in this, it's like the amount of people that hire their admin, delivery, sales, and marketing functions and then contract. We've been doing this for a long time. I would say, like, I don't want to say none, because there's definitely been some, but I'm like maybe two or three, and it's never because of some sort of market shift. It's always because, like, some personal circumstance that's happened to the business that's required the contraction of the business and the hire, right? So don't sweat it. Like, the biggest fear people have when they go to expand and scale their business with people is like, oh my gosh, I hire them and then I'm going to have to let them go, or I hire them, I'm not going to have any profit. These tools answer that problem for you, and then you can hire the person and they will work, and you'll actually know how much profit you have. So we have 5 of those. If you want to have a look at them, as I said, just comment below or send us an email at admin, so ADMIN, at KeystoneExecutiveCoaching.com. Happy to give you them. Don't sweat it. Or follow us on Instagram. We'll just send it to you. There's a heap of other stuff we'll send to you as well if you'd like it. But yeah, so understanding these rungs of the ladder is really key. Where we come in terms of helping you, is we will break down how that works for you week to week, one-on-one, practically, and in a deferred fee model. So we will actually help you solve these problems weekly, one-on-one, until you get there, and then you pay our fee in full. But anyway, I hope it's been valuable. I just want to show you how it works. I want to show you the model, show you the tools. If you want the tools, as I said, just send us a message. We're giving you it for free. But anyway, thanks so much, and speak soon. Bye.